Why'd you do that?
What's up, everybody? This is Fitty.
And I'm Izzy.
And this is How We Talk.
That's right. Back again.
That's right. Today's guest we have here is Samir Ali, better known as Sam Ali.
Yeah. I'm using Sam Ali instead of Samir because it's a kind of short than Samir.
Yeah. It's a better stage name anyway.
Exactly.
Sam Ali.
That's
Sam
what they
Ali.
like.
That's a cool
easy.
ring, Sam Ali.
Yeah.
But the thing that the people don't know, actually, my first name is Sam and my last name is Sam Ali. But people think like Sam Ali is my name, like my first name. But actually, it's a separate. Sam is the first name and Ali is the last name.
Yeah. I liked telling people that we're recording tonight. Oh, who you got on? Director Sam Ali.
No, well, that's the thing. You have many hats. You're not just direct. You act.
I
act, produce. You direct.
Directing, and editing a little bit. I'm not really good at the editing, but I'm directing and acting at the same time.
Yeah.
That's what I used to do since I came to America in 2013.
In 2013. So you studied film? Is that what you did?
Actually, I'm originally from Iraq, from the capital city, Baghdad. I graduated in 2003. From the University of Baghdad. Actually, my major is completely different. I have a bachelor's degree in economic and administration, but my passion of being an actor was with me since I was a little kid. I used to escape from the school and go to the cinema and watch the big screen. Films. Yeah, even I got punched a lot, but I just didn't care. I just want to go there because there I can find myself. So the bachelor's degree just for the family. You know? I want to go, because my father wants to be like proud of me. Like, look at my son, he's graduated. He has a but me, my passion was completely different. I was like into the entertainment.
How was it? How was it for them when you left and pursued? Film and acting.
Actually, I used to do short films in university. Actually, yeah. But to be honest with you, in Iraq, we don't really they don't really care about that. So I was like, you know what? I need to find my own way. So that's why I thought going to America is the best. Going to Hollywood specifically is the best option for me to pursue my passion. But back in Iraq, they don't really care about that as much as they do in Hollywood.
Yeah. And that was back in 2013, you said?
I came over,
right?
I came over in 2013.
Did you jump into studying, or it was just kind of self-taught?
No, actually, in Iraq, I went to school. For directing school, but but the thing is, it's all about the talent. Trust me, if you have the talent, the school doesn't really help as much as the talent does. You know what I mean? So I used to have the talent. No, I still have the talent actually, because when I used to do short films in Iraq, my teachers was like, "Wow, that's amazing. How did you know that?" To be honest with you, I watch a lot of movies. Yeah. And my idol is Steven Spielberg. I love this guy to death. This is my motivation in life. That's whenever I want to make a movie, even the Joba. Before I make Joba, I've watched Saving Private Ryan 100 times. 100 times. I'm not even exaggerating. I'm telling you the truth. I've watched the movie 100 times. I followed every single steps of the camera, the way he moves the camera. What's the point of this scene? Why he closing up on this scene? So I took all those notes, I wrote it down, and I did Joba.
You definitely have that passion for it, right? So you can tell, because you just mentioned right now, you got to just be skilled. You got to, as an actor, right? But you also have to have the passion.
Exactly.
If you don't have the passion, I mean, that's how you develop the skill, right? With the passion.
So the passion is the most important. So you have to have the passion in order to go forward. Even acting, I love acting, but I find myself as a director more than being an actor. But of course, I'm still doing acting. I just finished a TV show on the CBS 3 months ago. The episode will come out soon. Lethal Weapon.
Okay.
Nice. I was doing one of the bar. So I'm still doing that, but I like directing more than acting, because I love being behind the camera, watching the actors, what they do.
At what age do you think you went from just watching a movie to actually studying the movie?
And what age?
Yeah.
When I was in college.
Okay.
In 2000, I was 21, 22, and I started writing short films. Excuse me. And asking my friends to help me out. Everybody likes acting, so they never ever say no. So I was like, I have a short film. Let's just, we used to have this, old phones back then, and like a pretty bad cameras. The resolution wasn't that good at all. I'm talking about 2002. If you guys old enough, So the camera was pretty bad, but still, if you have the talent, you can make it look good. The angles, the way you take the angles, the way you're teaching the actors what to do. So I used to like writing short films and talking to my friends, and let's make like this short film inside the college. And then I just let my friends look at it, and they give me their feedbacks, and they were like impressed. It was like, man, you have the talent. That's amazing.
Yeah, that's cool. I used to do that. I begged my parents, buy me a camcorder. We used to do stuff with friends and stuff. I always wanted to be an actor. I went to acting school. We did a little commercials here and there and stuff, but never pursued it. But I've always...
Were you lacking that passion? Is that why?
I don't know what it was, man. But I got into photography, and I actually wanted to ask you because as a photographer, I've done a lot of things. I've done weddings, I've done magazine stuff, celebrities, all that, whatever. But I've mentioned this before to Fidel that as a photographer, I could be walking and it's like my eyes are cameras.
That's
so
right.
I'm constantly seeing in picture form. Is it the same thing?
For the movies,
For film?
it's the same concept. But the thing is, in the movies, every scene has a meaning. Like, let's say if you go on a wedding, maybe you take a full picture for the family. Maybe you want to take a picture for the bride herself. But in the movie, every scene has to have a mean. Like, you cannot just take the angle without saying anything.
Right.
Like, why in this moment taking close-ups on the actor, and the other moment you're taking like a wide shot. So that's the difference. That's the difference between being a wedding or a photographer on
film.
from films. Yeah. That's actually what Steven Spielberg doing in his movie. I've watched his last movie, The Post. That's an amazing movie. And I went online and I went behind the scenes and what's the purpose of the film, why he was using different angles, and I wrote all this down. This guy is a genius. This guy, if you guys want to be like a great director, you have to follow his steps.
Yeah.
So someone that like you inspired you to do film.
Oh yeah. So Steven Spielberg was number one. Actually, the movie that had a huge impact on myself and my personally was The Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah,
I love this movie.
I didn't watch it 100 times, but I watched it several times.
Like
and that movie is really
times.
good.
Yeah, it's before I shooting Juba.
Yeah.
100 times.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I'm sure you would watch it 100 times if it was that was your thing, like your passion.
If you're
about
passionate to be
filming,
a
right?
director, you'll watch
Yeah.
it more than 100 times.
Oh, yeah.
Because this guy used a different technology, the shaking camera.
Yeah.
It's something unusual back then in 2000. I think the movie was 1998. That thing wasn't even existed. They used to use like a tripod and just put the camera and over shoulder. The guy added new technology to the film, new technique, how to shake the camera in the way that looks perfectly in the camera. Like if you want to take a shot of you like while you're talking, I can shake the camera but can keep you in the middle.
Yeah.
Like go there, you know what I mean? So that's what I loved about this movie. That's a new tech and nobody can do that.
Yeah.
He's the first one who brought this in.
I mean, he definitely was an innovator of many different films because he's been doing it for so long. Like he did E.T., right?
E.T., yeah.
So I mean,
that was his first
you go from
film.
E.T., Saving Private Ryan, so many in between.
Bridge of Spies, Pose, the last movie, tons of
but
movies.
you can see how it just matures and it changes and changes.
Exactly. He's still number one in Hollywood.
Yep.
So now, actually, as of now, as we're talking about that, actually, I think Joba, Steven Spielberg, he already heard about it. Because, I know his agent.
Yeah.
Not his agent. I know a guy who knows his agent. So he told his agent the guys were pretty interesting in the film. So that's what I'm waiting for. I want to finish the script. We have a feature film script, 2 hours.
Yeah.
And I want to finish the short film. Then I'm going to submit it as a package with the synopsis, and I can send it to him.
Nice.
That's my main goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. It's a great goal to have, right?
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. So this is how we got in contact with Sam. Was through Lewis, right?
Yes.
Our first guest on
Right.
the
Our
podcast.
first ever guest on the podcast.
He was in the film. The prop master. Could I say that?
Yeah.
Could I say he's actually in
He's the
studio
prop
today?
master,
So
Well, we don't know if he's a master. I mean, Sam could tell us if he's a master or not.
Luis Sanchez, actually, he's more than... Yeah, I cannot... There's not enough force to thank this guy because he helped me big time. He provided me with all the props. Even we used his house. We used even his jacket. We used his jacket. And when we go to the shooting, he always bringing water. He never missed anything. He'll be there on the time. He never been late, and he never complained. We spent a lot of time in the desert, man.
Yeah.
Trust me. We were sweating. You can ask him. Like the heat was like overwhelming us. We can't even handle it anymore. But the guy was there, in my side, always helping me. If I ask, even in premiere, he was there for like a couple hours. He helped me with the banner, with everything. So I really appreciate his offer. He's like more than a brother to me.
Yeah, that's good.
Nice.
So this poster here is actually a poster of the movie.
That's the poster of the film.
No, I think this was in the way, but Juba. I wanted to get into the story behind Juba. If you could give us a little snippet of who Juba is.
Okay, so actually, I told you I watch a lot of movies, right?
Right.
So I've been always waiting for the good movie about the war in Iraq. I really was focusing on that. I've never seen a good movie about Iraq until the American Sniper came out.
Yeah, great movie.
The great movie of the American Sniper. So the people, maybe they don't know, I used to work with the military back then. So I was in Iraq during the war in 2003, and I've seen every single thing out there. I wasn't on the board, you know. I used to go outside and I see everything. So when the American Sniper, and there is such a funny, when I saw the movie, one of the scenes was already written in Juba even before I see the film.
Oh, really?
I cannot mention it, but that was when I saw the film. I knew that what I'm doing is a big thing because Clint Eastwood, he wrote the same thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, so when the American Sniper came out, of course I went to watch the movie.
Right.
I didn't like the movie at all. Of course, I respect Clint Eastwood. He's a big director.
Right.
But when I saw the movie, it's a Hollywood movie.
Yeah.
That's not the fact. First of all, Iraqis are not terrorists. If you're defending your country, you're not a terrorist.
Right.
Am I right?
Correct.
Like, let's say if the United States of America, what if the other country trying to invade America? You will see people defend their country.
Right.
So can you consider them as a terrorist? No way. So that's what I didn't see in the film. So he showed the Iraqis like they were like carrying the guns and you saw the movie, right?
Right,
Yes. Yeah. So I didn't like the movie because he mixed the Iraqi with the terrorists. I was like, first of all, the movie, it's a Hollywood movie. So the Juba was in my mind actually back then, and I wrote notes about the film. I didn't write the entire movie. So when I saw the movie, this movie motivated me big time. I was like, that's my time, and I have to show the world what really happened in Iraq.
Yeah.
So I came up with Juba. The name of the movie wasn't Juba actually. The name was The Interpreter. But when I saw the American Sniper, I changed the name from The Interpreter to Juba, the Iraqi Sniper. What I'm trying to show in the film, first of all, the movie based on a true event. Everything in the movie was based on a true event. In terms of the American side and the interpreter and the.
Are we talking about Juba or American Sniper?
Oh no. The movie I'm talking about, Juba. Everything was based on true events.
Okay. Right.
Nothing. So what I'm trying to show in the film, I'm trying to show what Juba used to do to protect his country. Of course, I mean he was shooting. Everybody was an enemy for him because anybody who trying to take over your land, you consider him as an enemy, right?
Right.
So that's what he used to do. He was protecting his family, his land, his people. That's what I didn't see or didn't feel in the American Sniper. What I saw, just a bunch of people running with their guns and trying to kill like randomly. Like, no, this wasn't the truth. So that's how I came up with Juba, with the facts, and I'm trying to show what Juba used to do to protect his country. That's it.
Yeah.
It's based on true event. Juba actually wasn't from Baghdad. He's from a small village called Al-Ramadi, which is like 4 hours away from Baghdad.
Okay.
The guy used to live there, and he is ex-military. He was with the old regime as an officer, so he used to know how to use the sniper. That's the second fact that Clint Eastwood didn't show in the film. He showed like a small guy running with the rifle, and you know what I mean? So that's what I'm showing in my film. Who's Juba? Why he was doing that?
Yeah.
There is a purpose behind that. So that's what even the interpreter, the other side of the film, back in the 2003, as in Iraq, if you work with the U.S. troops, the Iraqis, they consider him as he's threatening his country. Like, why are you helping them?
Yeah.
And you're not. But a matter of fact, the interpreter did a great job because he's the only link between the Americans and the Iraqis, because most of the Iraqis, they do speak English, but not fluently.
Right.
So when everything, like if anything happened in Baghdad, the Americans, if they go there, they cannot communicate with the Iraqis.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of Iraqis get arrested because they don't understand each other.
Yeah.
And everything, when in Iraq, like let's say if the soldiers go to a place and the guy didn't speak English very well, they arrest him because they think that he's saying something bad. So that's what the interpreter used to do. He used to translate to avoid the problems.
Yeah.
And that's the only thing. Even in American cinema, I didn't see that. I didn't see that's the two main things in the film. I'm showing the interpreter what he used to do and the Joba, the Iraqi sniper. That's what the Joba.
From what I understand from the American sniper, it was wasn't it debunked? Wasn't it proven that the guy's story, Chris Kyle, his story, didn't he like make it up or something? It came out later on. That it was like a fake story that he just kind of made up. So
I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about that, but he was doing his duty. That's what they said. Like he's been sent to Iraq for a certain thing. They don't go to play over there, so they have to do their thing. So it's a military thing. But again, Clint Eastwood, he showed his point of view, and I'm showing my point of view. Right. So that's the.
You had mentioned that you had called it the interpreter.
Yeah.
And now it's Juba. Were they the same people, or they're two?
No. The interpreter is different.
So did that coerce the direction of what you were originally going to go with the movie?
No, there is two goals in the film. I'm talking about the feature film.
Right. Okay.
The feature film is almost 200 pages. I'm working with the very talented writer. He works with the Sony Entertainment. His name is Brandon Payne. He's working on the script. So there is two goals in the film. The first goal is Joba, and the purpose of Juba, protecting his country and his family, because he's willing to die for his land. And the other guy is the interpreter, who is willing. He's pursuing his goal of going to America.
Yeah.
So that's why he joined the U.S. Army. But both of them are Iraqis.
Yeah.
Even there is a beautiful scene. I love it when the Juba got caught and been sent to jail, and the interpreter brought him some food. So they both Iraqis. But this guy wants to go to America, and this guy wants to fight the Americans.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's I love this scene to death. Well, every time I read this scene, I feel it.
Yeah.
So there is two different goals in the film. This guy wants to go to America. That's why he joined, and he did a great job. He helped the Iraqis, as I just mentioned, because he was the link between them.
Right.
And Joba was defending his land by trying to protect his family. So that's the main goals of the film. So it's two different goals in the film.
Yeah.
No,
go ahead.
Is this your latest film?
That's my latest film,
and
Joba,
this is what you're working on now?
Yeah, that's what I'm working on now. Yeah. We're still working on the short film now. We still have a couple more scenes of the film. I think of the 1st of November, we're gonna add a couple more scenes of the film, and we're gonna make another premiere on the end of November.
Yeah, you had one premiere, right?
Yeah, we had one already. That wasn't actually a premiere. That was like just for the crew and their guests, and and it was like the people loved the film. The people loved the film because you guys watched the trailer, right?
Yeah,
the commercial. So you see, like we spent a lot of time and effort on the film. So they liked it, but I got some feedbacks on the film, and that's what I'm gonna work on now. That's why I'm gonna add 2 more scenes on the film to make the movie look even better. Yeah. Because we're going to big festivals around the world, so I need to make sure every single detail in the film looks perfect.
Gotta get as many eyeballs on it. Right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Since you've been here, how many films have you done?
My first movie, actually, there's a funny story behind that. When first time when I get to America, I wanted to go to Hollywood because that's why I'm in America, in Los Angeles. But everything was meant to be. When I got my visa, actually, I went to Oakland, San Francisco. Oakland's like 10 hours away from here. I didn't know. I've never heard about Oakland before.
Yeah.
So I was asking people, I want to go to Hollywood. What do I have to do? It was like, you know what? It's just don't think about it. It's like, I was like, okay. Then I searched it out and I found like Hollywood's like 10 hours away.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden I moved to San Diego. I wasn't even planning for that. Trust me. Before I came, let me tell you one thing. Before
so
even
you
I
passed
came,
Hollywood.
Yeah. Before I even came to America, actually, my visa was telling me to go to Texas.
Oh wow!
Look what happened. So I was like, okay, Texas, whatever. So I'm not familiar with the United States, you know.
Yeah.
So I went to Texas. At the airport, they changed my airplane to California.
Oh
wow!
I didn't even know that.
Yes.
And so the guy came with the ticket. I was like, Sam, you're not going to Texas. You're going to Cali. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
So what's the difference? I didn't even know what's the difference between Texas and Cali. I was like, no, you're going. Then when I landed on California, I realized that Los Angeles actually it's in Cali.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know that.
Wow.
Yeah. So that I spent like a couple of years in Oakland. Then I moved to San Diego because of my father. Actually, he wanted to move, so we all moved with him. He's like 75 years old, so I cannot leave him alone. So I moved to San Diego. So I've been like 2 hours away from Los Angeles.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that too.
Yeah.
I just moved with my father.
Yeah.
Once I got there, I was like, oh wow, Los Angeles like 2 hours away. So my first time when I went to Los Angeles, actually, I met people. I'm not gonna lie to you. People took advantage of that because they knew I'm new.
Oh yeah.
So they trying to enroll me with some payments or whatever. So I paid like a lot of money and I didn't get anything. And I keep getting calls like, "Hey Sam, you come tomorrow for audition," and I keep seeing the same guy every day. I was like, "Is that so? What's going on? You just taking money and to come and see me?"
Yeah.
I was like, "No, we're gonna get you in the film. Just you have to wait. You have to keep your the payment thing."
Yeah, yeah.
Then I realized that the guy was taking advantage of me, so I quit. Then I talked to I started going to events, meet people, and they told me what to do. Like, Sam, don't believe in that. All you have to do is this. But my first job ever was actually I was looking for a job.
Yeah.
When you come to America, you have to have a job, right?
You gotta work.
So I went on Craigslist and just looking for a job, and all of a sudden the acting popped up. It was like they looking for the Iraqi something. And a Blue Cloud Ranch. I don't know if you guys are familiar. It's a huge set.
Okay.
So I was like, okay. I just applied for it, and the next day I got the call, and that was my first role ever.
Yeah.
So I went to the Blue Cloud. It's a huge. That's actually they made American Sniper on the same location.
Oh, okay.
It's a huge set. It's a huge.
What city is that in?
Blue Cloud, I think that's the name of. Santa Clarita.
Santa Clarita.
Santa Clarita.
Yeah,
okay.
it's a huge ranch.
Yeah.
Yeah, they made it. It looks like Middle East. So I was there. They gave me, the outfits with the scarves, and I had a speaking role. Can you believe it? It was a short. I think it was a graduation project, but they gave me a speaking role in the film. That was my first time with a big camera. It was a huge.
All the
set.
nerves kicking in.
Oh my gosh! And when she said action, I couldn't even say a word. It was like, Sam, we're wasting the time. I was like, let me ask you a question. Is this real? Am I like shooting this right now? They were like, yeah. So I met people actually. We're still friends. One of them, he was with me in Jopa. His name is Nauras. Also, but I met them there. Mm-hmm. So I realized that's what I wanted to be.
Yeah.
When I saw all the lighting, the camera, and when the guy say action, like I made it. I'm in Hollywood and I'm making movies.
Yeah.
I'm in the movie. So that was my first role ever. The name of the movie was the East Ramadi. Again, it's about Iraq.
East Ramadi.
Yeah, East Ramadi.
How long was that before when you arrived? 2013, right? You arrived in 2013?
Yeah. That was in 2014.
24. Oh, so just
cool.
a year.
Just a year. Yeah.
You hear most actors that are starving for 10 years until they get a first role.
Exactly. Yeah,
cool little side note. That was in Santa Clarita. E.T. Steven Spielberg's E.T. was filmed in Santa Clarita.
Was it really?
Yeah.
I told you.
Yeah. See how everything just kind of aligns
There's
itself,
something
right?
coming. I feel something coming. Yeah. So I didn't know that. See, I didn't know that.
Cool.
I
That
didn't
is
know
so crazy.
Dude, I got a bunch of useless knowledge up here.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So, East Ramadi, and then you said you also did the Friendship.
The Friendship. So the story behind the Friendship, actually, so after I did the East Ramadi, I loved it. I loved being on the camera. So I was like, you know what? Why? I mean, let's be honest. To get a big role in the film, it's kind of hard, right? Because there's billions of actors out there. So in order to prove yourself, you have to work on yourself.
Yeah.
Right? So I called my friends. I was like, guys, let's make a short film.
Yeah.
Let's just take the risk and let's do the film. I mean, let's see how it works. Where are we going with that? So I wrote the film, The Friendship. The story was great. It's about 4 friends who are willing to die for each other, but one of them, he sell them out to the mafia, and they get, at the end of the film, 2 of them actually get shot. And that's a cool story. But the only thing that I didn't like of the movie, I didn't direct it. We hired a director, and the director was always in a rush. He was like, you just want to finish the film.
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, come on, man. I mean, you know, for four of us, we were so excited about the film.
Yeah.
Especially
it's your passion project.
It's my passion. It's my first film. Like I'm writing, and I appreciate the people who work me, Layla Abdin, Nawras Al-Zubaydi, Mizo Ghandar, and me. So the director wasn't rushed. He just wanted to finish the film.
Yeah.
So the film didn't really look good. Even though there is a couple of shots, I really like them. That's how I noticed that I have to direct my own movies.
Yeah.
When I saw The Friendship, when I let the guy doing it, he didn't do it perfectly. He missed a lot of things. The lighting was pretty bad. Even the audio wasn't that good. So I watched the movie. We did a premiere actually, but to be honest with you, we didn't go anywhere with this film because the movie wasn't good. I put the movie and I'm going to reshoot it again and be the director of the film.
I was just going to ask that.
Oh, yeah, definitely, because the story is...
I was about to ask the same thing. We're like all on the same page here.
We're here, man.
Yeah. Because now I have my own production company, The New Horizon. I have all my equipments, and so I don't need any, like, I can do it by my own self. I have all the actors, so I'm going to reshoot it again with the new vision, like the one that he did.
Yeah.
I don't want to mention his name because I don't want him to get offended.
Yeah.
But the guy wasn't that good.
Plus, people could Google it themselves.
I mean, they can Google it. The movie is on IMDb. But it's my movie, and I have to write to talk about.
You know, and that's the beauty of making these short films is that you can come back and revisit those films and redo them and remaster them the way that you want to do.
That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna remaster the film again with the same crew actually, but with a professional way, not the way that he did.
Yeah. How long of a process is it to do like Juba?
Oh my gosh, the movie like Juba took me almost a year. It's like 22 minutes. But let me tell you something. We've had more than 120 actors.
Wow.
And I have to talk to each one of them to tell them what to do.
Extras and everything.
120. I counted them. 120 actors in the film. We went to Yucca Valley. I've had more than 75 actors at that day, and I have to control the situation. And we're running out of time. You know, we rent the Humvee, the outfits, the house. Everything was rented, so I need to get it done at the same day.
Right.
And most of the scenes were at Yucca Valley. The major scenes, the explosion scene, the sniping scenes, they all were in the Yucca Valley, and I was the only one who had to take control. So I spent a lot of energy. Everybody noticed that at the end of the day I couldn't even drive.
Wow.
That was the first day. But then we went to Bombay Beach, which is like 4 hours away from Yucca Valley, and we spent 3 days over there. And then we went back to Yucca Valley again after like 20 days. We went back, just the three of us, me and Luis, to get another couple shots. And we still need more. Because again, this is my goal.
Yeah.
Because Juba, it's based on true event, and I want to show the people the truth, and I want to get to big steam in Hollywood. So I need to make sure everything looks perfectly. That's why even the trailer that you saw, I just keep it on Facebook, but I pulled it out from the YouTube because I wanted to add a couple scenes. I need to add some details on that. Yeah. So it took me like almost a year, and we still need a couple months to get the movie done.
You know, we got a lot of feedback from when we posted that on Instagram.
I saw.
We got a lot of feedback. Everybody was like, "Damn, I can't wait to watch this film." And you know, we talked about the premiere, but again,
you know, as a filmmaker, because I'm not seeing the trailer the way you see it. You know, I always wanted to make it look better. You know, maybe it's good enough for people, but I still want to add more.
Yeah, no, you're being more objective and pinpointing.
He always says that you're your own worst critic, right?
Yeah, you're your own worst critic.
Exactly, because even my DP, he was like, "Sam, why you keep adding more scenes in the film? The movie looks great, but I still know. I think there's something missing. I can do this better than I can make this look better." That's my idea. That's
that director's mentality, that probably,
passion,
right?
The passion. You become a perfectionist once you're passionate about something for real. It's true.
Yeah. So it took me almost a year. Almost. At the end of this year is I think it's almost a year. But probably, hopefully, because we have to submit it for the festival. So on the 2018, the movie will be like done, and we can submit it. Because we need to work a little bit on the film, and the movie will be great. Yeah, good to go.
That's cool.
You know, what does it take? to create something like this? As far as you got to get because you're producing it yourself. This one,
producing. Actually, I have 4 producers with me. Thank you for mentioning that. I'd like to thank them. Actually, Mr. Luay Fakhru, he's a Lebanese, and Mr. Aziz Abdin. And the great actor Said Badriya. I don't know if you guys know Said Badriya, right? From the Iron Man.
Yes, yes.
Iron Man, he's one of the producers. So and me, we all produced Joba. The budget is almost like we hit the $80,000. Or we still need more.
Yeah.
4 of them. We all worked on this together.
80,000. When I saw the trailer, I was like, God, how much that thing costs, dude? Because that trailer is insane, right?
Yeah. Because
80,000 doesn't seem like much.
We still need more, but as of now, we.
Does that just mean that you have to stretch it out as a producer? You just have to stretch out that money.
Yeah, we have because we have open budget. Because the couple scenes that we need to add, are going to be a huge scenes. It's not a small scene. We need like at least 50 actors on this, so we still need more.
Yeah.
But hopefully, we're working on that.
Yeah.
And I have a huge belief in this film. I think we're gonna go somewhere with this film. It's not gonna be as this is. I don't want to look like I'm like, but I know I can see Joba is going somewhere big.
Yeah. How does that feel, man? How does that feel? 2013 to 2018. That's a very short time.
That's what I got from people. Like that's. I wish if I did a huge success, but the thing is, I'm still. I cannot. I don't know. Again, the way I judge myself, not the way you guys are judging.
Yeah.
I see like I can do more.
Right.
I still have. Actually, I'm gonna come up with a new idea after Joba.
Yeah.
Will shock the world.
Nice.
I guarantee you. Never, ever. Nobody heard about it.
Yeah.
Something completely new, even in Hollywood. I've been thinking on that since I was in Iraq, but I wanted Joba to come out first. Then I'm gonna add the name of the next movie called Rashid.
Okay.
Rashid. It's an Arabic name, but in English means the wise man. So I cannot talk anything about the film, but you'll see something really different this time.
Yeah.
Even different than Joba.
That's a game changer, man. Game changers out those things. If it's something different,
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And before Joba, I shot a feature film called Mr. Lonely.
Yeah, I was going to mention that.
Yeah. Mr. Lonely was my first feature film, and the movie is on Amazon now, so you can guys watch it.
Let me stop you right there, just because I don't know stuff about film. What does feature film mean?
Like a 2 hours film.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
2 hours film. So the Mr. Lonely was an hour and a half. Was my first feature film. It was a low budget film, but it was a cool movie. People liked it.
Yeah.
That was my first feature film ever. So I just tried. It's a kind of risk to direct a feature film, but I know I took the risk. I don't really care. This is my passion. I'm going forward. Yeah. So I directed. It's like an hour and a half, and now it's on Amazon Prime because anybody can watch it. If they want.
Yeah. When I first saw the trailer for Mr. Lonely, I know this sounds funny, but I watched it without audio. Okay, so when I was Why you watched it? I don't know, because I'm an idiot. I watched it at bed. My wife's asleep, so I can't. It's too loud. So I'm like, in the morning I'll watch it with the audio. Exactly, I'm gonna create my own dialogue. So I'm watching it, and I'm like, man, this is like John Travolta in Pulp Fiction. I'm watching him, right? And then so the next morning I wake up and I turn it on. And I actually watch the audio, and I'm like, this is like a romantic movie. I was way off. But nonetheless, there were some action scenes that I was like,
there is an action. The story is cool. Actually, it's about a hitman who he didn't want to be a hitman, but because he lost his parents. Because his brother, he joined some mafia gangs, and because of that, he lost his parents. So that's how he became a mafia, to get revenge for the death of his parents. Actually, he didn't want to be a serial killer. And then he met the girl. She was on his list, and he fell in love with her, and he tried to change his life. And it's a cool movie. I'm not going to tell you that. I want you to go to watch it with the sound.
No, I'm definitely not. With sound.
The sound.
I was actually going to ask you where I was going to be able to watch that movie, because I was trying to find it. I couldn't locate it. But Amazon. All right. Amazon. So we're definitely going to have to check that out and then promote it. But
how new of a company is New Horizon?
It's a new company. Last 2017. Before I did Mr. Lonely, I issued the company. I was just by me, but now I have 3 producers with me. Again, it's Luay Fakhru and Said Badriya and Aziz Abdin. We're all together in this company now. Yeah, because we're planning to make more movies.
Yeah, definitely.
Is there a certain meaning to the name New Horizon, or is
I came up with the name actually because they have a different names, but I think because it's my New Horizon, so I was like, I'm gonna go with the New Horizon. Even they was like, why don't you just put like the American whatever? I was like, no, I'm gonna put like the New Horizon because it's a simple and I can feel myself.
Yeah.
Whenever I read the name, it motivated me.
It reads very well. I don't know if you can tell, right? But seriously, if you read it, it just reads very well. The New Horizon film.
The New Horizon film. Yeah.
That's awesome. So I mean. What I was gonna say, you have a lot on your plate.
Oh yeah,
you know, as a producer, director, actor, and then a stuntman. You do your own stunts.
We were talking about this off air.
Oh, and I go,
anything for the shot, man.
Oh, man.
Anything for the shot.
I saw this clip that he posted on Instagram. And he was bleeding, and he was like, "I just got I was trying." You didn't mention what happened in the scene, though.
I didn't mention actually. So what happened? Luis was there,
okay,
and my DP actually. I'd like to do my own moves to make it look real. Even when I start running, they was like, Sam, well, you don't have to run because you don't want to get tired. Why don't you just bring somebody over? I was like, no, I'll do my own things because I want to feel the film. So the good thing about this thing, the fall happened after the end of the day.
Okay.
At the end of the day, not at the beginning of the day. So when we start shooting, we were like full energetic. So we start shooting, doing all the things.
Yeah.
At the end of the film, at the end of the day, we almost like leaving, we packing up. I was like, I talked to my DP. I was like, I think it's going to be a cool shot if I jump over the window.
Yeah.
I was like, Sam, I think you're tired. You don't have to. By the way, his name is Sadish. Sadish Sankuti. He's a great DP. I really appreciate his work. So he was telling me, Sam, you don't have to do that because we spent like 6 hours in the desert and it's kind of hot. So just
you're tired.
Do it.
Yeah.
Even Luis, he never say no, but this time he was like, Sam, I think you're tired. I was like, no,
Even you said that at the end of the day you couldn't even drive, man.
Yeah. So what happened actually? To be honest with you, I did a rehearsal 2 times before I started shooting. Yeah. So I jumped it and nothing happened actually.
Yeah.
But when the camera started rolling, you kind of got nervous because he wanted to look good. So I think I got so excited and I thought, I'll do it. Then I jumped actually, but unfortunately my left leg, I think she got stuck on the edge of the window and I fall off on my head.
Oof.
And I couldn't even walk for like a couple of minutes. Everybody started yelling. Luis brought me some water. Even my DB was like, my fault. It was my fault. I didn't let you doing it. My fault. I was like, I'm completely fine. I started bleeding a little bit, but actually when I get back to my car, so we wrapped up, I like feel like kind of dizzy.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you were concussed by that point. Oh my
gosh, I kind of dizzy. I filmed it actually, and I posted it on Instagram, and I was planning to put it in the film at the end of the film, but you know what? I didn't want to I think it was too much.
Yeah.
So I went back home. In the middle of the road, I couldn't even drive. Once I get home, I spent 2 days sleeping. Then I went to the hospital, and even the premiere was the next week, but I couldn't make it. And I have to reschedule for the next premiere. I couldn't even walk. I couldn't even talk. It wasn't easy at all. So I had like almost 2 weeks recovering until I get back on my feet. Yeah, it wasn't. So I need to people know we spend a lot of energy on to make these movies. Especially because Joba actually, the thing about Joba, he was Olympic in the real life. So he has to do running, jumping over the whatever thing. So I need people to feel that.
Right.
So that's why I want to do it by myself. So I used to run. I run a lot in the film, guys. I've never run like that for my entire life. Because when you start filming, let's say if he's doing a scene, then you have to reshoot it again and again and again. So you have to run again and again and again, and you have to be like a new energy, So it was really hard for me to run that much. I've never. I do sport, but not that much. So I was imagining Juba was a hero, man. He was jumping over the roofs and doing all this stuff. So that's what happened.
So your next film, Rashid.
That's the thing.
You're gonna get in shape. And
exactly.
Right?
That's what I'm doing. I'm trying to lose some weight now, and I'm trying. I'm looking actually for a trainer, because Rashid, again, it's kind of different. It's a completely different movie. People will get shocked when they see me in a different shape, different look. Everything is different.
Nice.
Yeah. So.
Well, we'll put you in contact with one of our online trainers that we know.
That's what I'm actually. I'm looking for a good trainer. So. Yeah.
Right on.
Again, so making the movies is not easy, man. But this is my passion, man.
Yeah.
This is
and that's the thing, if you people that watch the trailer, they'll see, especially knowing now that you all the hats you wore in this film. they'll see the passion, everything that you put out on the film.
Yeah, because I was focusing on every single thing on the film. Even when if you still remember the trailer when the one of the soldiers get shot, I got. It's a matter of seconds. The guy gets shot and then he fall off. If you see this shot, within a second, I get 2 shots. Within a second.
Yeah.
Like when he gets shot and when he fall off. That's what Steven Spielberg does in his movies to bring the attention. So if your camera just stay like that and the guy gets shot and fall off, whatever. But if you keep moving the camera, the eyes will keep moving.
Yeah.
That's the point. That's what Steven Spielberg trying to show in his movies. He trying to people keep moving their eyes, not stopping, so they don't feel bored.
That's
you know
good.
What I mean?
Yeah.
So if you see the trailer again, you will see the guy who got shot.
Yeah.
Within a second, I got 2 shots.
Nice.
Within a second, when he get the shot and when he fall off.
Yeah. And you just mentioned right now the detail. We are right now in a world where everybody will watch something and they'll try to debunk you. They'll try to, hey, that's not right. The way that he was holding the gun, the finger he was right here. I mean,
thank you for mentioning that, because let me tell you something. Again, I'm not going to mention any names. There is a guy.
Nobody's watching this. You can mention all
I mean, I just don't want that people get offended. There is a guy, after the movie, he was calling me and he was like, Sam, why don't you just do this and do that? Why don't you still giving me advices?
Yeah.
I was like, and he didn't like the film. I was like, okay, I'm sorry if you didn't like the film. I'll try my best to make the movie look better. So to make you like the film. Then he didn't know he was with me on Facebook. So he was shooting a film.
Yeah.
I swear to God, if you see his film, you can't even continue watching it. Only the guy was washing his hand in the kitchen, and the lighting was pretty bad, and the cameraman was pretty bad, and he didn't do nothing. He was like washing his hands, and he left the kitchen, and that's it. And he was super excited about the film. And I was like, let's hold on a second. Is that the guy who just telling me my Juba wasn't good enough?
Yeah.
So, of course, you will see people trying to take you down. Of course, you have. I'm listening to those people.
Yeah.
Okay, because sometimes they say something might be beneficial for me.
Yeah.
Of course.
Sometimes, but most of their talk, they just wanna, because they see the movie is great.
Yeah.
Nobody was expecting Juba to look like that. They thought like when I was talking about Juba, they thought like it's a short film about the guy who's holding a sniper or whatever. But when they saw the trailer, they get shocked. Like the movie is great. The movie looks like a Hollywood movie. I've done so many interviews. I was in Turkey a month ago, and I've done a lot of interviews with the channels. I didn't even know about them. They saw the trailer and they called me.
Nice.
One of them called Al-Arabiya channel. This channel is one of the most popular channel in the Middle East.
Oh, wow.
They called me because, you can see that on my Facebook. By the way, my Facebook is Sam Ali.
Yeah.
81. So you go, it's a huge channel. And the other channel was Al-Sharqiyya. It's one of the great channels in the Middle East. They just saw the trailer and they loved it. They thought like it's some foreign director directed the movie. Then when they realized it's an Iraqi director who did this movie, they called me. They weren't crazy. Like, did you do this movie? I was like, you said, Sam, you have to come over. That's why I went to Turkey. They sent me an invitation for almost a month. I met some producers out there. I've done like 7 interviews just because of the trailer.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Juba is going, and of course, I'd like to thank my lead actors in the film, Kevin, Ethan, my brother Mark, and again Layla Abdin, Nauras, Al-Zubaydi, Mizo, all the people who worked on the film. I'm sorry if I'm forgetting names, because again I had like more than 170 people. Louise, Laura, the owner of the house, Jeff, like all of them. Kenny, Bryant, Ahmed Al-Barak, all of them, because they make. I'd like to thank them for making this real. I really appreciate their work. Yeah.
And no, you know what? From these films right here, I saw the premiere, or I'm sorry, the trailer to Lonely.
Yeah.
That's the most recent film that you did before Joba.
Before Joba.
Okay.
Mr. Lonely was before Joba.
Hands down. It's the comparison. If you I don't know if you saw it, but it's totally different.
Different.
Totally different. Just like you just said right now, that is a Hollywood type film.
Yeah, exactly.
The trailer.
Yeah, actually, Mr. Lonely, it's my first experience to do a feature film. I've never had this experience before. So when I did Mr. Lonely, first of all, I like the story. I'm the writer of the story, but the guy, a friend of mine, he gave me the idea. And again, maybe people didn't know, it's based on a true event.
Oh, okay.
Mr. Lonely, yeah, but it wasn't in America. It was back in Iraq. But I've changed like a couple details in the film.
Yeah.
So that was my first experience as a feature film, and I love acting. I love being in the camera. But being an actor and a director at the same time is kind of hard because let's say if I'm shooting a scene, I'd rather to stay behind watching, looking at the screen to see what's going on out there. Because sometimes, let's say if I'm shooting a movie, I'm the actor and I have my DB, I already gave him instructions what to do, but we have time. So if he get the shot and I didn't like it, I can already shoot it again because we're running out of time. So sometimes I have to go with whatever, But if I was behind the screen, I won't let anything goes wrong. I will be like. But yeah, Mr. Lonely, it's a good, for me, I think, for me as a hitman, I've never done it before, but people liked it. I mean,
you're intimidating. I'm telling you, in the movie, you're intimidating as fuck.
So the people, that's what that, actually intimidating us. So I'm really glad to hear that from people because it's for the audience, it's not for me. So, but the only thing that I didn't like about Mr. Lonely actually was the ending scene of the film. One of the actors, he had to leave, and we cannot just, because he being in the most of the film, so we cannot just go without him. So I had, I was like, we have to do this. So we went, actually the location wasn't that good because we've had so many people around. When the people watching camera, they just want to stay. So I couldn't even ask him to go. So at the end film, which is the most tense moment in the film, when the lady met Scout, which is me in the film, because she thought I'm dead, but she met me at the end of the film. So the people were watching. I didn't notice that until the editing. After we finished the film, so I was watching the final cut of the film, so I saw people were watching from a distance. Maybe audience, they don't really notice that, but me as a director, I didn't really like that. That's the only thing that I didn't like about Mr. Lonely. But other than that, the movie great. We've had great locations. We've had great actors. Again, I've had more than 75 actors in the film.
And Mr. Lonely?
And Mr. Lonely, yeah. One of the scenes was like 50 actors in the film.
Damn.
Yeah, they always was chasing me and trying to come me. And we spent like almost 7 months in the film.
7 months?
Yeah, 7 months. Almost 7 months.
Was that also a big budget or nothing?
Not like Joba. I'm not gonna lie. We spend quite a bit of money, but not like Joba. Because Joba, we have an open budget, but in the Mr. Lonely, no, we didn't spend. We spent like almost like. We spend quite a bit.
Yeah. No, you don't have to say that. But can I give a suggestion for the people, the looky-loos and the audience in the background?
Yeah.
If you were to hire a taco guy like Jimmy Sauces, see that shameless plug there? If you were to hire a taco guy somewhere back there and just kind of direct everybody in that direction, give him free tacos.
I don't know the guy, but next time
they won't get in the way.
We'll get you in touch with him.
But no, you know what? I can't wait to see that film. The Lonely. Is it Mr. Lonely or The Lonely?
Mr. Lonely.
Mr. Lonely.
Mr. Lonely, yeah.
That's another film that I'm definitely going to watch.
Please, thank you.
But this one here, Joba, it's going to, I can feel that it's going to go somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
You've spent too much time. The passion that you show on it, it just shows that you're not going to, I don't think you're going to rest until that thing gets out there.
I cannot. Because whenever I look at Joba, believe me or not, I've watched the movie Joba more than 200 times.
Oh, yeah.
And every time I watch the movie, I write notes. Every time I watch Joba, I write notes. Maybe I'm too much. Even my people, even my crew said, Sam, you're exaggerating.
Yeah.
You did a great film. You don't have to add any. Even Luis told me, Sam, why you keep reshooting the scenes? As a director, I have a different perspectives. You know what I mean? Not like the audience that I can see things maybe people cannot see it. So I was like, I can take it from this angle. But I have to get the movie done.
Yeah.
The people, my producers are waiting. Like, Sam, you're taking too much. You have to get the movie done. So hopefully at the end of November, we're going to get the final cut of the film. We're going to make it's going to be like officially a premiere. Because the last one wasn't really a premiere, just for the crew to, first cut of the film.
Yeah.
But November, we're going to be a huge premiere. And next time we'll be there. Don't miss the premiere.
We'll have to make sure that we'll be there
for all of you guys.
Yeah, I'm excited about this. I don't know you personally, man. I just met you today, but I'm excited for you, man.
Thank you so much.
I think it's the whole 2013 to now, that short span, and he's accomplished so much.
Because I had my goals before I came to Hollywood.
Yeah.
I was I only wanted to know where to go. Look, when I first time when I came to America, I knew what I had, what I wanted to do. You know, nobody like I wasn't lost at all. All I wanted to know, like somebody to tell me what to do in Hollywood, how to get to the right people, how to talk to them, where I can get camera, how can I be an actor. That's the only thing that I wanted to do. Exactly. Yeah. I spent a lot of money. The people were fraud. I mean, they keep. You know what I mean? When you get to Hollywood and you don't nobody out there, they're trying to get advantage of that. So they trying to enroll you with some crap. And so that's the only one. So once I knew, I met the right people, I knew it. Because I have my own goals. So I don't read, even trust me, even when I was in Juba, I appreciate people, they're offering their help. But in matter of fact, they keep offering me a help in a different way, like, hey Sam, let's help you in the directing. I was like, no, I know what I'm doing. If you want to help me in acting, you are more than welcome. And I've had some people, even in the background, they were telling me what to do, like, Sam, why don't you just do this instead of that? Because they think I'm a new director, so I need their instructions. They didn't know that I already have my own notes. I already watched Saving Private Ryan like 100 times, so I know what I wanted to do. So I had my own goals before I came to America. And so for me, as an Iraqi who came from overseas and made a movie like Juba, and everybody knows about it right now, for me personally, I think it's a huge success. Because within 5 years, I've done this movie. Nobody was expecting that. Even my parents, trust me. My father wasn't believing me. He was like, Sam, what are you doing? You have your own bachelor's degree in economics, so why don't you just find a job? I used to do, I'm a banker in Baghdad, actually, for 7 years. I was like, Father, I don't want to, I mean, I respect the job, but it's not me. I cannot be a banker for the rest of my life. I would love to for a certain amount of life, but not for the rest of my life. So my father was like, Sam, I think you're wasting your time. Do whatever. When he saw Joba, he was like, Sam, can you invite me to the premiere?
There you go.
I was like, sure, Father. Sure. And he's so proud of me. Every time he calls me, he was like, Sam, just keep doing it. I think you have the talent. Don't ever stop. I'll be in your back. You know, because my parents are really important in my life. So they keep motivating me to do. Even my lovers, you know, I have a lovers in my life. They keep motivating me. So Juba, it's a huge what do you call this? Huge step.
It's a huge step for you.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited about it. I can't wait. Juba, the Iraqi sniper, the untold story.
The untold, the reason the untold story, because again, Clint Eastwood in his movie, he was telling the people that was the story of what happened in Iraq.
It's always two sides.
Well, that's why I chose. Even my writer, Brandon, he was telling Sam, why you chose the untold story? I told him because Clint Eastwood, he told the people that was the story in Iraq. No, I'm telling them what didn't show, what he didn't show in his movie. That's why I chose the untold story of my film. And again, all my movie based on true event. Juba was true, The Interpreter was true, everything was true, nothing fake or nothing. I have my own resources, I cannot reveal them. But I know one day, actually, there's another thing I'd like to mention. I've been working on this movie for 5 years. So one day I got a call from an Egyptian director, and he was telling me, Sam, I wanted to direct Joba, the Iraqi sniper. He was calling me. I got shocked. I mean, I was like, how did he? I mean, he's an Egyptian, he's not an Iraqi. But how did he hear about that? So I called him the next time. I was like, okay, I have the story. If you really want to make the movie, let's do it together. Then he was like, he's a well-known director in Egypt. I saw his work. I didn't like his work. He's been doing that for a long time. But he using the standards, you know what I mean? Like the tripods and all these things. When I saw his work, I was like, he called me and he was like parading like he's been doing this for a while. And I told him right in the face, I was like, I don't like your work. He was like, you don't know nothing about directing. I was like, okay, wait for me and I'll show you how Juba should look like. Then I sent him the trailer. He didn't even call me again. I sent it to him. I said, like, that's what I want to do. So he didn't even call me. He didn't even respond. Because I wasn't expecting that at all.
He might have been embarrassed.
Probably.
Intimidated. He might have been, or intimidated.
Well, I was going to say, I wish you luck. You're on the right path, man.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Really am excited. Maybe because I love war movies. I love war movies. Everything from war westerns to new stuff like this. You know? So waiting for this is cool, but no luck, dude. You got it.
And actually, I like another sniping movie called Enemy at the Gate. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that. That was a good movie.
That's with
Judd Law. Judd Law was a true event too. Even the movie is great, based on true event. The director was French. He directed in a very good way, perfectly. So it kind of inspired me to make Joe. But I wrote notes about this movie too. That was a great movie. But Saving Private Ryan was the number one.
Yeah.
Was the number one.
There you go.
That's cool.
Well, there you have it. Sam Ali.
Thank you. Yeah.
Right,
actually, my real name, I don't know if you guys can pronounce. My name is Samer.
Samer,
yeah.
Samer.
That's my real name, Samer Ali.
Yeah.
But I'd rather go with Sam Ali because it's easy and you can just and faster. Because sometimes Samer it's kind of hard for people to say it.
It was when my first job was at Burger King, and I went to high school with this guy, and I found out. I mean, I knew him from high school. But I found out that he was working at. Never knew he was working at Burger King. He was a little older than me, and that was his name. We used to call him Sam, Big Sam.
Oh, really?
But his name was Samir.
Samir. Oh, cool.
So,
right on.
Just a little nugget.
Thank you.
All right.
But thanks for your time, Sam.
Well, thank you so much.
Like
thank
I
you. I
said,
appreciate it. Thank you. It's an honor. Thank you for having me here. And again, I'd like to thank the people who worked with me on this film: Kevin Caliber, Ethan Corbett, Mark Krennick, the producers Luay Fakhru, Aziz Abdin, Sayed Badriya, and for my brother Luis Sanchez, and my DB Sadiq Sankuti. Micro, Layla Abdin, Nawras Al-Zuwaidi, Mizo Gandar. Thank you so much for making this happened. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Right.
Thank you so much for having me.
Awesome. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, guys.
Actually, we're gonna do something different today. We're gonna have you close out the show. So I'll just say Fidi, he'll say Izzy, and then you can go ahead and close out the show with however you want to close it out. Remember, this is gonna be the last thing that they listen to. So ready? This is Fidi,
and I'm Izzy.
And I'm Sam Ali, and I'd like to thank Fizzy and Izzy for having me in this show. And yeah, guys, you will see Java. Please make sure you come to the premiere, and you guys will love it. And I appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
We're out of here.
See you later, guys.